Good morning, everyone. Phi Farley here. It's June 1st. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. And we got a big slate of baseball games that I have been capping, running through, trying to find the best value. I have been on a really good winning streak. 9 of the last 11 games I've won, of which 5 of those were outright underdogs. So one thing that I have an advantage of the cappers you may look at other videos on, is I can take underdogs and just bet 130, 140, plus 130, plus 140 underdogs, win 50% of them, and get a good bankroll going. Those betting services can't do that because they want to tout their winning percentage. I saw one the other day that said, we've won 60% of our games. Sorry about the loss yesterday on the Braves. This was 2 days ago. Who was a minus 145. At minus 145, you have to hit at least 60% to break even. In fact, 60% is losing. So just be careful when you see percentages in baseball. Percentages don't matter at all. It's irrelevant. Take the minus 200s every game and you'll have a great winning percentage, and you'll lose because that is a dangling carrot for Joe Public bettors. So anyway, just want to throw that out there. Today is going to be a great example of that with my pick that I have coming for you. Also, first, before I get into my pick, I just want to say thank you to all the subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I want to get these picks out to as many people as possible. This is not my first time doing this. I've capped for almost 20 years. I've won 2 covers contests for baseball for the entire season of baseball. So, I've been around the block. I've done this for a while, so I'm just trying to help anyone I can with showing why I pick my games and then throwing my picks out there for you guys to, if you get value out of this, then awesome. All right, so today's games. We got I'm going to be going with the Los Angeles Angels, not minus 160, but instead with the run line at a plus 130. So taking another dog here. The Texas Rangers have been overperforming lately. They've won 6 of the last 10. They had a nice little stand in Seattle, which were pretty close games, but they ended up pulling out in the 9th innings to win 2 of those and scoring a lot of runs, which is overperforming for what they have been doing lately. Meanwhile, Los Angeles Angels have been on the road, played the Astros, played the Yankees, and they have they've won 4 of the last 10, so lost 6 of the last 10, and have really struggled to get some wins as they've been on the road. So they're happy to come back home, and they've been underperforming for a 30-27 record. I expect them to be about 15 to 20 games over 500 by the time we get to the end of the season. They're a much better team than what their record is showing at this point. Meanwhile, the Texas Rangers will continue to slide. I expect them to be at the basement of the AL West. So today, how do we have Colon versus Berea? How does that end up shaking out? Well, Bartolo Colon this season has done very well. He's done better than he has in the past. He's got a .93 whip. Opponents hitting .221 against him. But what we're seeing with Colon is who he's done well against, he's done great. And who he hasn't done well against has hit him very well. So if we can cap Colon, who's pitched in the league for 20 years, take 20 years of data, and find out who hits him well and fade him in those positions. His team is 5-5 when he's on the mound. So it's not like we're not getting a good opportunity. He's 2-2 on the season. We got to find those spots to fade Colon and then find those spots to back Colon. So here we have a day in which I think we need to fade Colon. He's on the road. He's pitching at Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Angels hit .362. The current roster hitting .362 against him. Okay. How is the core of the lineup hit against him? Well, Mike Trout is 10 of 18, hitting .556 against him with 3 home runs. Simmons, 12 of 26, hitting .462 against him. Pujols, 8 of 25, 3 home runs, hitting .320 against him. A couple other guys have success as well, but all in all, we have a .362 batting average against him. Flip over to Berea real quick. Berea has one bad start. It was his last start against the New York Yankees. I'm okay pulling that start aside because he's at New York. He's a young kid. He's 21 years old. Pitching in New York is tough. He actually did really well. They won the game. But what's deceiving about that is he gave up 2 home runs in the first inning. So he ended up settling down, giving up just 4 more hits and only 2 more runs for the rest of the game. In all, he had 3 home runs given up, which, then for a total of 4 runs given up on that game. But I don't mind setting that start apart. Before that, against the Astros, he had only 1 run. At Colorado, 0 runs. Baltimore, San Francisco, Texas, 2-2 and 1 respectively. So we've had solid starts through this season from Berea. He's faced Texas before, like I just pointed out. He gave up 1 hit. It was a home run, a solo shot. They won the game 7-2. The roster currently going for Texas doesn't yet have a hit against him. If you were to take the batting average of the Rangers, it's 0.69 against Berea. Now, here's one thing that I really like when I'm capping this game and taking a run line here. Every single win Berea's gotten for the Angels, they've won the game by more than 2 runs. In fact, the closest game was a 5-run win, 7-2. They won 12-3, they won 8-0, they won 11-4. Meanwhile, if we drop over to Cologne, I like this stat as well, this cap. When we're looking, like I said at the beginning, if you can fade them in the right spots, teams that can hit Cologne have continued to pound Cologne. So here we go. In his losses, of which they've lost 5 of his 10 starts, lost 10-5 against New York, lost 5-1 against Boston, lost 7-9 against the Mariners, lost 11-1 against the Angels, and then lost 7-4 against Toronto. So none of them have been 1-run ball games. So as I'm laying 1.5, I'm cool with that, knowing that Cologne has lost every game by more than 2 runs, and knowing that Berea gets fantastic run support by the Angels. They're coming back home. They've underperformed. I expect them to overperform today. Meanwhile, the Rangers, I think, are going to slide back to what they should be here in this road stand against the Angels. One last cap, just to throw this out there. The Angels against righties hitting .255. Meanwhile, Rangers against righties hitting .228. Take that for what it's worth. So there you go, -1.5, taking the Angels at home, plus 130. Good luck, everybody. By the way, throw some comments down below. I threw, I'm trying to get as many people as I can to watch these videos. I was hoping I'd have more people watching them. I hope they bring value to you, but throw a comment down below if you have any suggestions that would help the quality of the videos or the content of the videos. Let me know. Just throw it down below. I'd really appreciate it. All right, good luck, everyone. See you again soon.